Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. I am definitely sorry that I am on really late tonight. Even my web page is being all stupid, so I'm hoping that it's actually gonna be on there the way it should be, but who knows? I'm not sure if it's their web thing. It's probably my browser. I've had a lot of difficulties because I've basically maxed out my hard drive too, so I definitely just need a whole new system, which is going to cost some money, and I don't have that money right now to do that. So I'm just kind of dealing with what I have right now. But as we had last night, we had 50 of some of the songs that I've listened to. I'd like to see what other people or other um, sites have for their list of things that they feel are the most popular songs, not so much what I've listened to recently songs. So, with that said, we are going to take a dive into what Rolling Stones has as the top 100, but I'm going to try to do it in 50 and 50. So, I'm going to have a part one and a part two to this. So, you'll have to be patient with me. Hopefully, we'll get down through them. I might go a little over that. Who knows? We'll see, and I'll try to finish up that on Friday. So that way you have to stay tuned to find out what the rest of those songs are, even though you might be able to cheat and check it out for yourself, right? But don't do that because it's more fun this way, right? Anyway, um, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because my thing's being all stupid here because my description's still here and I'm apparently live at the same time, and that's usually not usually what how it happens. So, with that said, I am going to start with number 100 because that's the way the list is. It's called "Welcome to Hell" from Venom. That was in 1981, so that's quite a while ago. So Venom's been around for quite a while, so everybody knows. Which actually, I don't think I've listened to them when I was younger, so this is kind of interesting for even for me. So I'm going to be learning a little bit along with everybody else about some of the more popular older bands that I might not know as well as I do now when I was younger. So we'll see. Because of the radio stations mostly. Planets Collide is number 99 from Crowbar. That was in 1998, which I knew Crowbar had been around for a while, but I didn't realize it had been around that long. Crowbar, I've gotten listened to their newest album. I was hoping I get to see them play live, but they didn't show up because of snow and weather and stuff. So they ended up skipping to the next place because it was pretty bad. But I got to see the rest of the acts that night, so it's kind of bummer. 98 is Executioner's Text, Swing of the Axe from Power Trip. That is definitely really a good song, and that was released in 2017, which I definitely love. I've heard it several times, and it never disappoints. It definitely doesn't. Number 97 is 93 Burnt, the Escape was it the Dillinger Escape Plan? Oh, I think I have heard of the Dillinger Escape Plan before, but I'm not certain 100%. This is 1998. So a lot of these are in the 90s, it seems like so far in 90, 81. Yeah, right. Schoolgirl. Now that's different from night. That was number 96 in 1981. I don't remember them at all. That's weird. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Um, I don't want a Rolling Stone New Gene magazine thing, whatever the heck that is. It's an advertisement. 95 from, it's called David. Wait a minute. Defiathan. Ugh, I can't even say it. Defiathan. I know the song. I know it very well. I love this song a lot myself. At first, I was thinking David at first. I thought, wait a minute, that's not what it says. Machine Head from 1994, and this is definitely one that I have listened to and I definitely love and enjoy because I do remember it very well. In the meantime, from Helmet 90, which is 94 from 1992. Um, Hammer Smashed Face from Cannibal Corpse in 92. That was number 93. there's a little bit of information down here, but to get through this list fairly decently fast, I'm not gonna go down through all those. So you guys know. Oh, this is one that I know that one of my coworker that's talked to me about Obituary and some other really phenomenal bands that I didn't know about until recently, within the last year or so. From Warlock is We All We Are, which I definitely remember this one very well. I didn't know the name of the band at the time, I think. It's number 92, and that came out in 1987. That is a really iconic song. I think a lot of people do know that, even if they don't listen to that band. Um, 91 is Pull Me Under from Dream Theater. That's a 1992. I'm not sure if I know that one or not, to be honest, but we'll see. Here we go. Bring the Noise from Anthrax. Public Enemy is number 90 in 1991. That brings me back to the days when I was in high school and how young I was at the time when they were starting out. They were probably maybe in their 20s, most of them, especially certain members in the band that are fairly old for some people. I ain't gonna get into all that. Just saying. So if I was like fairly young and they're like 15 or 16, then the person that somebody's dating is would have been probably around maybe 10, I would say, at the time. That I'm not sure what how old I was in 91. I'm trying to remember. I'd have to do the math. But anyway, 80 number 89 is You Can't Bring Me Down by Suicidal Tendencies. Definitely a good song from 1990, which actually I didn't know that was from 1990, but I do know it's an older song. Um, Number 88 is This Life of Agony from 93. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if I know that one very well. 87 Slaughter of the Soul at the Gates is 995. Interesting. Okay. Number 86 is 21st Century Schizoid Man from King Crimson, 1969. Wow, that's an older one. Plus, it's a good year, right? 1969. Anyway, I'm sure we all agree with that, right? Plus, actually, that was the same year that certain individuals in my family graduated from high school. Go figure. Um, that's how I remember it real easily. 85 is There Goes the Neighborhood from Body Count. That's 1992. I think I have heard this song go when I've been listening to different music and stuff like that, trying to expand my horizons. Okay, now this is one that kind of has some special meaning to me because this is the very first song and one that I felt brought me to the point of where I had to buy that album, which is one of those bands that I've talked about before. When I buy the album, they become huge, right? The only problem is they didn't originate well, they're no longer the way they were back then because somebody decided to go solo. Is 84 is Thunder Kiss 65 from White Zombie 1992. And really personally, I really feel that I don't know what happened with them. I don't know how or why they separated, or if it was Rob Zombie doing his own thing and just saying the heck with everybody else, or if the members of the band were not a part of that. But personally, I love the band the way it was. I still feel like the old stuff was way better. I kind of now kind of see what Dylan was saying. That the stuff I still like the other stuff too because a lot of people know that. And but I think part was I really liked the band. Plus the one guitarist in there too, the female, she was pretty awesome. And I wonder what happened to her. It'd be kind of interesting. I'm going to have to find out who that woman is or her name because I don't think I know it, but I definitely would like to find out because she might be in a band now and I just don't know it. Kind of like somebody else I know, Max Cavalera. He was in Soulfly for a long time and I didn't have any idea at all, which I didn't hear much of Soulfly before that. Number 83, The World Eater, Bolt Thrower. I do remember this one very well. I'm pretty positive of that. Um, from 1989. Interesting. 82 is Spit from Kitty in 2000. And Spit is a really good song, I do believe. It's been a long time. I know somebody that is not a big, huge fan of Kitty, but I'm sure they got some pretty good songs. But that's in 2000. It's hard saying. Okay, 81. We're Not Gonna Take It from Twisted Sister. Of course, we all know and love that song, right? 1984. Who doesn't like We're Not Gonna Take It? Yo, we're not gonna take it. Yo, we're not gonna take it anymore, right? Pretty iconic song, pretty memorable song. It's one of those songs that sticks with you. Number 80 is My Own Summer Shove It from the Deftones. 1980, no, sorry, 1997. And I'm pretty sure I remember this one very well because Deftones were really big back in the day. At least onto the songs that they had popular. That's one of the things. A lot of the older bands, some of them had just one or two really good hits, and you didn't hear about them anymore after that. Just like other bands and things like that. Except for certain bands, they seem to get all kinds of hits. Anyway, 90s. Oh, sorry, 79 is Balls to the Wall, except 1984, and I definitely remember this is a really, really, really good song. Um, just like some other bands that are back from that time. 87 is Concubine from Converge in 2001. I don't think I know this one at all, so I'm gonna have to check this one out. It's kind of a newer. Well, to me, it's newer. It's 2001. So anything beyond that, before that, usually I knew most of those, like the 90s. I think as one is my son was born in 2004, so I was listening to certain groups that were on the radio, and then after that, it was kind of like I just listened to my own stuff to a point. I don't remember exactly what it was all about, but when I got the streaming service, it was a little different. Anyway, moving on to the next song, 77 is Jesus Christ Post from Soundgarden. Oh, Pose. Jesus Christ Post, sorry. Uh, from Soundgarden 1991. I don't know if I remember that song, but I definitely remember um, some of their other songs, which are really, really iconic stuff. Number 76 is A Fine Day to Die from Bathory from 1988. Oh, just so you know, if you are watching me live, I cannot see your um, text because for some reason my editing settings are still there, but apparently I think I'm still live, so I'm going to keep on rolling with this. I don't even know if I can stop the stream. I might have to do it a different way. I might have to refresh the screen or something. That was from 1988, just in case you didn't catch that or if I didn't say it. 75 is Youth Gone Wild from Skid Row. I do remember this one. It was really, really awesome at the time. Compared to some of the stuff now, it seems kind of lame. From 1989, it's not one of those songs that I feel like really stood the test of time, but it's still one of those ones we remember fairly well. It's got a good melody to it. Overall, it's not too bad. Oh, here's one of my my friend's favorites, number 74, which is made it before the other one, which I'm not as fond of, is Chopped in Half from Obituary from 1990. Wow, 1990. That was a while ago. Quite a while ago. It's kind of interesting seeing the band's little. They have, I think it's a video they have, but they have a picture of them on there, and they definitely look a lot different now than they did back then. A lot younger, let's put it that way. Du Hast. I think I said that. Du Hast from Rammstein is number 73, 1997. And the same number 73 is the year that I was born, 1973. So it's easy to remember. So Rammstein is my band, apparently, for that. Number 73 as their pick of songs, I guess, because of my age or the year I was born. Number 72, You Suffer from Napalm Death is 1987. I don't know if I know that one or not. I don't think so. I know Napalm Death, but I don't know that I know that song. Number 71 is Blood and Thunder from Mastodon from in 2004, which is actually a fairly newer song. To me, anything 2000 until now is fairly new, but the rest of them are older. So, when you hear me say newer, I meant newer, should say after 2000 or in the 2000 to now, present. So, oh, this is a really good one too. Number 7 is Flying Whales from Gojira in 2005, which for me, they are a fairly new band because I've never heard them until last, maybe 3 years ago, maybe something like that. So they've been around for a while, but yeah. And I think they started in 2001, I believe, but I'm not positive on that. So for me, they're to me, anything from 2000 till now is fairly new, kind of like Slipknot. They were in the 2000s and stuff, maybe 1999, maybe is when they first started, I believe. If you have that information, comment on the below. Okay, 69. Here we go. This is another favorite number. Evil from Merciful Fate, 1983, which is definitely a good number. Of course. 68. Running with the Devil from Van Halen. Oh yeah, definitely. Running with the Devil was really good, even though that it's not quite what I listen to now. It's still really good. 1987. It was a hair band thing, but hey, we still gotta love the old hair bands days, right? Oh, 67 is Blind from Corn, 1994. Really good song, definitely. Oh, here we go. This is a definite one we all know and love, and I'm sure we all still know that song by heart. Is number 66 is Bang Your Head, Mental Health, Quiet Riot from 1983. Oh, Mental Health. Sorry, not Mental Health. Anyway, it's a really good song. I love that song. That's Bang Your Head. Anyway, number 65 is Over My Head from King's X, 1989. I think I know this one, but I'm not positive I do. It's hard to say. It's one of those songs that's like, I might have known it, but I just didn't know the title and who sung it. Um, Interesting. 64 is Black Number One, Little Miss Scare All from Typo Negative from 1993. I definitely know this one, and I know somebody else that loves to Typo Negative. I have a kind of a love hate, I guess. I mean, I still love their music. I love the way he sings. I love the dynamics of the songs, but sometimes I think they're a little long for me. But I know there are some really good songs that are really long, and I've always been a Typo Negative fan. So the ones that I do listen to or have listened to, I definitely love. I've never really bought many of their albums when I was growing up, but I definitely listened to them on the radio and I definitely enjoyed it. So yeah, I think that's one of the ones I definitely listened to and I really loved because I'm assuming it was on the radio. Um, Number 63, Summertime Blues, Blue Cheer is 1968. Hmm, I don't know if I know that one at all. Blue Cheer. I don't even know the band to be honest. That's interesting. Some Oh, somehow they bleep Black Sabbath the charts at number by 2 years. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out. Might be kind of good to go down through some of these just to see what they have to say. Anything awesome sounding from it. 19. Oh, sorry. Number 62 is Dragnaut. Dragnaut from Sleep is 1992. I hope I said that right. I'm not sure if it's Dragonaut or Dragnaut. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, and they mentioned Black Sabbath as well. The obvious worship of Black Sabbath. Yeah, so they apparently. Oops. My thing went down. Great. I hope. Oh, great. I'm going to start all. Oops. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm back. Okay, here we go. Back to the list. Hold on. Number 61 is We Will Rise from Arch Enemy in 2003. I definitely love this group. I definitely love that song. I definitely am a big, huge fan of this one because this is one that I just recently, within the last few years, started listening to because of the streaming services out there. I got to hear stuff that wasn't on the radio. See, these are the ones that you don't hear about. So if you are like me and are clueless to all the other bands out there besides the big bands that are promoted by record industries, check them out. Trust me, it's definitely well worth it. They might have been on the radio a couple times, but I'm not certain on that. Number 60, People Equal S. I'm not going to say it because of monetization. Slip from Slipknot 2001. So that was definitely the year that they first, I would say, started their venture out into the world as far as a band goes. They were playing songs before that. They just, I don't think that was, I think that was their first album itself, or the song that they came out on. Here we go. 59, Freezing Moon, Mayhem. From Mayhem is 1994. I think I have heard this one. I think I've listened to it, but I'm not 100% certain on that one. So I can't really say it. Now, this is the one, I will say this one. This is the one song that got me from the Metallica phase and possibly Megadeth phase to the heavier, more darker, deeper metal phase of my life. And I saw that on Headbangers Bar, like Biohazard and some other ones, which is number 58, Refuse Resist from Sepultura in 1993. And also, this is the original guys that sung in the band when it was first, how I say, created, I guess you could say, or evolved or started, whatever you want to call them, the Cavalera brothers themselves, which I think is really iconic. And I'm hoping that they maybe re-record that one and put it under Cavalera Conspiracy instead of Sepultura, because that's their baby, not Sepultura's. Because they started that, even though it was their name for the band originally. So that's kind of the history of that. So, and also the concert that I'm going to be going to in Denver. And if you see me there, be on the lookout for me. If you like and subscribe, well, definitely subscribe. Make sure you're a subscriber. If you like it, let me know. I appreciate it. And if you're one of the first 5 people or so, I will try to make sure that you get one of my shirts because it's got that cool Reaper skull on it. And it has like VOM on the bottom. And then a QR code for people to check out the channel too. So that's part of it. It's a promotional thing, What can I say? I gotta get the eyeballs on the channel, right? Anyway, what better way to do it? Number 57 is The Cry of Mankind, My Dying Bride of 1995. And just, who knows? I might end up ordering a few more shirts and I'll have 10 or 5 or 7 or 8. Who knows? Anyway, let's see what else. Number 56 is Bark at the Moon from Ozzy Osbourne. It was definitely a very good song from 1983, which I think is a really good song. I'm not sure how other people feel, but yeah, it's one of those iconic Ozzy songs that come out over the years. Number 55 is Caffeine from Faith No More, and I think I know a lot of their songs. I don't know if I know the titles of a lot of the songs, but I definitely loved a lot of Faith No More songs. And there was a couple that I didn't even know existed because I never heard them because they weren't on the radio. And I never bought their album. No, take that back. I did buy their album. What am I thinking? So I might have heard that song and I just don't remember, which is pretty bad, right? Number 54 is Photograph from Def Leppard from 1983. Personally, me, Def Leppard is one of those bands that I'm sure a lot of people enjoy and really like. For me personally, my personal experience, they do have a good sound. They do have good vocals and instrumentals. But if you listen to their songs, it sounds kind of the same. So there's not very much experimentation as far as I'm concerned compared to Sepultura and other bands. But that's just me. I don't know. It's just my maybe my ears are not working when it comes to their music. Who knows? Number 53 is 46 and 2 from Tool in 1996. And I definitely remember this one. It's kind of like Prison Sex and other ones. They are definitely a phenomenal band. This is one of the other bands that I fully supported back in the day. I got their albums. I got pretty much a lot of their albums, or if not all their albums so far, except for the last few, maybe possibly if they've re-released it within the last 23 years or so. Um, but when I was in college, this is the one band that I was telling somebody else about, and I said these guys are going to be huge. I just love the way they sound. They're different. They're not per se metal. They're not really grunge. There was something kind of in their own realm when it came to the music scene, and it's just one of those things. It's one of those, wow, it's different. It's something that kind of makes you stop and think about music and how everything's almost sounds the same. So it's kind of nice to have a kind of a different feel and vibe for music. Anyway, going on. Next song is 19. Oh, sorry. Number 52 is Deliverance from Opeth, 2002. And I don't think I've heard many songs from Opeth. Um, Deliverance is one I've never heard that much of, so I can't say for certain my personal preferences because, like I said, radio versus Headbangers Ball versus everything. It wasn't played on Headbangers Ball that I know of unless I heard it and I just forgot. And it didn't stick to me. 51 is Slate Band from Godflesh, 2001. That's a fairly new band for me. It's been around for a while. So about 22 years they've been around for, or at least they were back then. I don't know if they're still around now doing stuff, but I guess I'll have to find out more about them and their music to see what they sound like. And please don't tell me they put down the next page. They did. I was trying to go to at least 50. Well, theoretically, the other one would be 50. So I guess we'll stop here because that should be, I think that's 50. I don't know. Anyway, we'll stop here from on number 51. We'll start fresh from